What is up? Got something a little different planned for today. I'm not going to be taking any trades. However, we have a chart. We have the order entry stuff. I kind of built a new bot yesterday, so we're going to test that and see how that does. Cracks, how you doing? So I had an idea. I threw it together and then I started back testing, and unless my back testing was wrong, which has been in the past, what this is doing was profitable every month. Going back to, once I got back to the summer, it started not doing as well, but I noticed it was doing very well this month. So I'm like, I can keep tweaking this, or I can just say F it, and I'm just going to run it on one of these Apex accounts and see what happens. Good morning and good luck to you, Kariko. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't have, so you guys aren't going to be able to see exactly what it's doing. But we'll see the trades we'll see it enter trades. I think I have it on, should be trading one Nasdaq at a time. David Snyder, hello. So we'll see it enter a trade and like the position and the take profit. It's not even looking at a time-based candle. Plus it's using some indicators. So I'm not going to be able to verify exactly if it took the right trade. I just want to make sure it gets into it takes trades, and and I'm kind of curious to see what the time-based candles look like from what it's watching, because then I kind of want to see if I can maybe implement fair value gaps somehow. Just a thought. I don't know if I can. I want to make sure it takes trades. I want to make sure it exits them. I want to make sure it doesn't take multiple entries, because I've had back testing, not with this bot, but other bots, where like I had a bug and it wasn't checking if it was in a trade already. So then it just like stacks like 3,000 longs like in a second, and it locks up the whole program. So I want to work. Be nice to work all that stuff out, and running these bots with live data during the actual market open, I've seen is a little different than back testing. Like yesterday we ran into rhythmic issues and then it messed up everything. Like nothing was working. So and then I have my other bot that I've been running every day. Well, every day for the last couple of days, but we've been finding some tweaks that I need to do. Nothing that affects it too much, just like, oh, I didn't think about that. I believe that one's like good. So now it's just a matter of running it. I have it running. That's the one. It takes up to 3 entries off of a setup, and I have it set to do 3 micros per entry. So up to like 9 micros basically per trade, even though, like I say per trade, but it's 3 trades off of one setup. So that's that one. I'm not showing that one. That one's like my baby. we can see if it's in something. But this one, like I said, I just threw together last night, and I just want to watch it, and I'm not planning on taking any manual trades. I have all this stuff open in case I need to kill something. It's just an Apex evaluation account, so if this just starts taking red trades right away and blows the account, so be it. This is all just testing purposes only. According to the back testing, I ran it for this month and it was up like 8,000, and the most drawdown it ever took was like $200 or $300. It sounds too good to be true. I did test other months, of course, but the other months, the most drawdown it got, it was some decent drawdown to where you would need to buy one of the bigger accounts. But every month it was profitable. So I need to keep in mind the drawdown, obviously, because if I run this on a prop account, the drawdown periods are what can blow an account. However, I'm not as much worried with that, as I just want to see it profitable month after month, because in my opinion, I want a bot to just run all month. I don't even think about it, just turn it on and then just see my account grow and not really worry about it too much, day to day. So yeah, that's where we are. We're just going for it today. What was the saying the other day? Full port. We're just gonna full port with this bot and see what it does. I have a feeling I'm gonna find a bug in it, but I don't know, because anytime I find a bug in my code, I go and all my different bots. I have 5 or 6 that I'm actively working on. And if I find a time, how we were checking 4 a.m. instead of 4 p.m. the other day, I go and make sure I fix that on all of them. So I think this should work, but I just have a feeling I'm going to find something, it's going to be 9:30 and it's not going to be reading the candles correctly or something, but we'll see. What's up, Mainly Trades? But this one is the other one I've been running. Some days it doesn't even take a trade, and some days it might take only one trade, and they're bigger, longer trades. This one should take we should be in a trade in the first couple minutes, if that. So we'll see. And I have it set to it's a 10-point take profit each entry, and there's no stop. It's looking at some stuff to decide if it needs to exit. So there's a potential we get some wins and then we take a big loss. It's just the way it is. I'm just going to let it ride and see if we can improve it later on. I'm not saying that this bot is ready to be running on stuff. Like I said, I just kind of threw it together yesterday afternoon, did some quick testing, and then decided I need a break from manual trades, and I wanted to run this, and I kind of want to pay attention to it. So exactly, can't stop, won't stop. I may I'm gonna set this chart up over here on a different monitor with what it's actually doing, so I should probably do that so I can keep an eye on it. So sorry to tease. All right, let's see what still pretty close to those all-time highs. That was just yesterday, yeah. What? The rhythmic issue? Or the issue with, I know I think it was just when I first connected to Quan Tower, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's an event module, EVL, event log. So I've been keeping that open because I watch it for the bots. And when I first connected to Rhythmic that morning before I was on the stream, I noticed in there it said something about extreme delay in Rhythmic connectivity or something. And then that's when my trades didn't work. The bots weren't doing anything. And then when I signed out and signed back in, everything was fine. So I guess I'll have to, it's kind of dumb that was the only way for me to see that, because I don't think most people are opening the event log. But that's frustrating. But now I'm going to keep it open every time I connect and make sure it connects with no issues. Yeah, I got back late last night and I was exhausted, but if you need to chat later. Oh, damn, that sucks. I thought I checked in on you the other day and I thought you sounded a little sickly. That sucks. Hopefully you get a quick recovery. The people need their methodical man. Yeah, it would just be nice if Quan Tower I have my notifications off on Quan Tower, so maybe there was a notification that said there's something wrong. All right, let's see. Okay, this should it's logging what it needs to log, so see if it takes trades. And like I said, I don't care if they're red. I don't care if it blows the account. Like I just want to run this today. So there's our first trade. Again, it's just doing a 10-point take profit. And the stop is based off of reading price action. The problem with that is there's a chance that the red trades can be huge, just depending on what price does and the indicators that it's looking at. But whatever, like the back testing I've done has been profitable since August, and then July and June were red months, but they were like only like $2,000 or $3,000 each month, when every other month was $3,000 to $4,000 or $5,000 in profit. And then this month has been so far up to $8,000. So look at that. There's our first green trade of the day, and all I had to do was hit start on this. Another thing about like the red months and the drawdown and stuff, there was no limit. There was no like daily loss or daily profit. And on other bots I've worked on where I've gathered all the trades for like a year, for instance, if I have like a list of trades for a year with the dates, let's just say it makes $50,000. I made an Excel sheet so I can punch in what would my profit and loss be like if I stopped after it lost $600 a day or after it made $800 a day. Play around with those numbers and see if it adjusts the P&L. Because I don't think I would. I think that's one of the better ways to running, or I think that's just a better way to trade, is you hit a certain amount and you just stop either direction. So a bot would need to do the same thing. Trading mics. I don't know what you mean. McLovin, good morning. How you doing? If you just got here, I'm not taking manual trades. We're just watching this bot that I made yesterday that I wanted to see what it does. This is on Nasdaq. Can you see these numbers? I know we had to lower our bit rate a little. Take a Manny or two. A Manny. I keep forgetting, but my upload speed is capped at 10 megabits per second, and they offer a 20 megabits per second. So I need to call, and I was trying to add it online, but it kept messing up. We could, if we want to make some extra cash. I think I'd be pretty good at that. Curious to see when this takes a loss, how big it is compared to the or not how big it is to the wins, but how many wins am I going to give up? I don't like that long, obviously, because this chart, we went right into a bearish fair value gap. So just Comcast, that's all they offer on this plan. Oh damn, this looks like it might work. Maybe. I could also, I haven't thought about it until recently, but have a combination of like an automated strategy and manual intervention. Like that one got pretty close. I don't like that it longed because we went right off of this gap. So seeing that, maybe I could have just killed it and let it wait for the next trade. but we're just letting it run. I hate Comcast. How was your time there? Interesting. Did you like the company? Right? So it decided to kill it right there. Which is... yeah, that's accurate. It should have. That's a tough thing with having a set take profit, because we saw that one got pretty close to it. Whereas if I, like I said, if I'm watching it, I could have killed it, knowing that it wasn't. That's probably not the best long to do. So just take the points it's offering and then move on to the next one. But of course, the main goal is to have something that just runs all day or all morning, and I don't have to do anything. So we are now in the red for $90. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to do for sure. From the testing I've seen, this one does best in the morning. I was testing it all day, but then I quickly realized I need to dial that back. So I was only running it between market open and only running it for an hour and a half. So between 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. That paired with this doesn't do good on choppy days. So a daily loss limit would be extremely beneficial to stop it from trading on the days where we're just chopping. Exactly, John. That's we're only 2 trades in, and I just made this yesterday. It was just an idea I had, and I already had code that was kind of doing what I wanted this to do. So I adjusted it real quick, started back testing it, and then it was like profitable. And I'm like, damn. All the winners will be the same because I have a take profit of 10 points, but the losers, there's no stop loss. It decides when to kill a trade. So the losers could be big, the losers could be small. It could kill it in the green. It could kill it at break even, just depending on the chart and the indicators that it's using. But like I said, the biggest downfall to this one is choppy days. It just keeps taking. Nothing happened yet. You didn't miss anything. Shouldn't you have someone to do that for you? You need a special kind of valet. He should have just left it out on the water. I would like to see this perform today, how it has been. Now, I just have it set to run between 9:30 and 11 a.m., so just an hour and a half from market open. But I mean, it's up to the market to decide how well it does. And I just need to get more data to figure out, like I said, on choppy days, I've noticed it just eats it up. It just gets in a trade and then it decides to get out because it's gets a signal for it to exit, and then it just starts taking red trades like crazy. However, I can easily tell it to stop, and then those days we don't give back a lot. Alito, yes, this is one of them I just made yesterday. I've done some back testing. I wanted to see it live, so that's what we're doing today. And I wanted to take a break from taking manual trades, so this is shaping up to be a pretty crappy, some bad price action there right now. Oh, gotten a short. Yeah, zero emotion. I mean, there can be emotion if I sit here and watch it, but the idea is to get to a point where I can just turn it on and I don't even need to be at the computer. I don't even need a chart open. It just runs. The other bot is running right now, but it's not even looking for a trade yet. I don't keep a chart open for that one. But this choppiness, I'm expecting us to take some more red trades. It's crazy watching. I mean, I'm on the 30-second chart. This seems like it's going so incredibly slow because when I back test, I have it like sped up pretty quickly. See, like, I want to kill this. I'm going to leave it. That's the plan today, is to just. But like, that is so frustrating. Look at how it barely got there. But I've settled on the 10-point take profit because when I back tested, that looked like it was best. I tried 15 points, and sure, some of the winners are bigger, but then I missed out on a lot of winners, so switch it to 10. Now I want to switch it to 9 because that one got oh, damn. Look at that. All right. So we're Our P&L's chopping around just like the markets. This is so incredibly, like, I'm still in such like an early stage of this. I don't have enough back testing to feel confident in it to run it every day. But like I said, I kind of needed a break today from trading manually and thought that this would be interesting to watch anyways. And maybe it does. This month it's been doing good, so maybe it just continues that, and maybe we pass and get a freaking payout with this. And I've been stressing for no reason. I don't have a name for this boy's name yet. We'll see how it does first and then decide. Yeah, go for it. You guys can think of something. It doesn't help that you guys have no idea what it's actually looking at or why it's getting into certain trades. I also tried no stops or no take profit, no stop loss, and just getting a trade. So getting along, and then only exit when there's a signal for a short, and then the reverse. But that one didn't work very well. Then I tried no take profit, only a stop loss, and trail the stop loss. Again, that didn't work either. So far, the best thing has been a 10-point take profit and no stop loss. Kill it when I get a signal for the, or I think it's when it gets a signal for the reverse. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly what it decides to exit. Like a couple things have to line up for it to get into a trade. I think if like half of those things line up to get into a short, like from this long, then it would kill it, because obviously it looks like we're going to be shorting. So go ahead and get out of any positions just in case. Damn. Why? It gets so close and then pulls back. I mean, wouldn't this be nice if I have something? It's not going to make money every day. It's not going to take only winning trades. But wouldn't it be nice if I back tested something for, say, 5 years? I say 5 years because if you look at the Nasdaq on like a daily chart, around 2019, there's a lot more volume a lot more volatility. And from 2019 and on, it just looks, the daily chart just looks different. Prior to 2019, it wasn't moving as much and as quickly as it does since then. So I think it's safe to only backtest 5 years. And I think 5 years is plenty enough time to backtest a strategy and see if it makes money. I haven't backtested this one 5 years. But my other one, I have backtested 5 years. It's just it goes through periods of hefty drawdown that if I run it on a prop account and we happen to be in one of those periods of time where there's going to be drawdown, I'm going to just blow accounts like every few days, depending on the size that I'm using. So yeah, it would be nice to just have something that you just turn on and it should make money every month. I don't want something that doesn't make money every month. Yeah, I did 1 year and I'm like, well, I needed, back testing manually versus this is a lot different. I can just tell it to run through 5 years. I don't have to like sit there and do anything different. It just takes longer. Knives, what's up? You, we didn't hear from you yesterday, did we? I don't remember. To catch you up real quick, I threw together a new idea for a bot yesterday. Started back testing it. It looked good. I want to test it live. It's not ready to be run live, but I'm running it on a evaluation account today at the moment. That's what this trade it just took is. And we're just watching that instead of trading manually. I needed a break. So far, it's taken 4 trades, 1 loss, 3 wins, and we're in 1 right now. That again, I don't think I would take that, but it's whatever. We'll just let it do what it needs to do. The market is pretty choppy at the moment, so if we can get out of this chop and this account is still alive, that's a win. That's a win in my book. Look at how close that got. 1 million bot. So we are watching it on a 30-second, but this is not the chart it's trading off of. It's using some other stuff and it has some indicators it's using, but I don't want to really go into all those details at the moment. So we're just watching the trades it gets into and watching a chart that we're used to watching. Yeah, secret. But look at, like, that's tough. Especially if this ends up being if this was a big loser, that sucks that it gets within, what, a tick? 625. 2 ticks. So, yeah. That's a tough loss right here. If it ends up being a losing trade. Yeah, we're just letting it go. I don't really, what it's done has been profitable over the last X amount of months. So look, Knives wasn't here earlier, but I was saying earlier, I don't like having a set take profit or a set stop loss. Nasdaq is just too volatile and it moves different every day. So I think it would be best. What isn't there an indicator at ATR, average true range, right? Isn't that saying the average size of the candles? I think it would be best to have a take profit or stop loss based off of something like that. That way, if the markets are moving more one day, then you are targeting, more movement. And if it's not moving as much, then you go for less. I just don't know what that looks like. I'd have to back test that. Yeah, that's true. That's I've noticed that. Not like it's like some revelation, but yeah, that's something I've struggled with, is because I have tried stuff like that. I didn't put a lot of time and effort into it, but you'd have an ATR of whatever number, it's not changing much, and then you have a news event at 10, and then it screws it all up. I know it's still an average, but that huge candle at 10 screws up the whole thing. So I don't know, just a different idea. When I backtest, I don't tell it to not trade during news days or anything like that. So I don't know. It might do better on those because it's not going to get scared. I think it would be beneficial to have a daily stop. Well, backtesting it's I don't know how to. I would want that automated somehow, and I'm not 100% sure how to do it. I agree with you. I mean, when I run it live, most likely, yeah, then I won't run it like during FOMC or during non-farm payroll. I mean, I had, yeah, I have I don't even remember what it was, but I have an Excel sheet with a year's worth of trades from one of the bots I've built, and I didn't ever run it live because the profit was not there. It was like huge P&L swings. It was profitable, but it was like only like 16,000 after the whole year, and I'm like, that kind of sucks. However, then I went in there and on like with some Excel equations and stuff, I was playing with the numbers, like saying, let's not get into that. I guess it would be fine because it's just one bot making extra money. I want something that's like going to pay my salary. I still have that. Let me see what it was, because I don't. Maybe it wasn't 16. Let me pull it up real quick. Like if I have a bot running on Nasdaq, like it better be bringing in money, like not some. I don't know. I guess that's a wrong way of looking at it. Oh, got into a long. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Let me find the one. I have a bunch of Excel sheets. Trying to find the one that I have for a whole year. Another thing is some of these different ideas that I've built and tested a bunch of bots over the last couple months, and some of them like do good when we trend. Some of them do better if we're chopping. So I mean, I probably could do something with those. I just have to run them only on days that I think it's going to be trending or whatever. Yeah, oh, here it is. I don't think there's anything on here. I think I can show this. So whatever, I don't even have to, whatever strategy this was, I tested it for a year, and if I just let it run with no max loss or a daily profit, it made 11,700. This is including commissions. However, I have these cells up here that if I enter a max loss, it calculates, okay, if the max loss for each day or whatever was 300 and I stopped at 900 for a win, it made 17,600. That's a pretty big difference by implementing a max loss and a daily profit goal. So, like you said, I mean, 17, I mean, yeah, I guess I would take it. It's free money. It's basically free money. I didn't keep track of like the drawdown on it, so I'd have to go back and figure all that crap out. Because I need something that, I guess I don't have to run it on a prop firm. We just took a pretty hefty loss there. And I don't like, I guess this one could work if we get a reaction off of that fair value gap, but this isn't taking fair value gap trades. It looks like it might exit this too. And then we are back in the red. After we were just up. We were up 500. No, yeah, for sure. That's what I warned everybody ahead of time. I just want to see what it does. Because all of these, well, that's what I'm trying to see is if there are bugs. As of right now, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Choppy conditions, though, it does not do good in. And these are, this is relatively choppy. So I'm not really expecting it to, the P&L is determined by what the market offers us that day, not if this is taking like the right, like it's taking the right trades. It's just the market's going to be choppy, so we're going to get chopped up, and that's just so be it. if I back test this for a year and it makes money, I can go through and see, like I just got done saying, see if I can limit the red days to smaller red days, because look, we were choppy, we chopped all day long. It's not going to do good. Just stop while it's not doing good. And on the days it does, on the days we trend, or the days we're not as choppy and we get good setups, just let it make money. I just thought it would be cool. It would be very cool if I'm like, hey, I just threw this bot together, and then the next day it made money. But that's it's hard. Maybe we'll get out of this. Maybe we'll start getting some decent moves. I did notice, so usually a little after 10, and then when I ran it for several months, I could, it has this P&L right here, and I could see the peaks of how high it got on a day, and then it would go down and then go up and then go down. And all of the peaks happen to be a little after like 10 a.m. So that tells me a little after 10 a.m. is when usually the market started to not offer decent setups, and we started giving some money back the last 30, 40 minutes of the day. That's not a good sign for today because we're already around that time and it's still in the red. But like Knive said, and what I agree, P&L doesn't matter today. Today was just a test run to see if it's taking the trades. It's taking the trades I want. So now, what I need to do is get some real data for the last year, see if I can improve, see if it's profitable, first of all, which for the last 6 months it has been. It's a Quantower thing. I do have code that handles logging the trades instead of relying on this, because sometimes when you run like back testing too fast, things get messy. Yeah, John, I mean, when I'm always skeptical if something just works. I'm like, no, something's not right here. With this, I mean, I've been building these now for a little while, so I'm pretty confident it's doing what I need it to do on the first run, just because I know all the mistakes and the bugs that were making themselves known in the other bots, and I know to avoid those in this one. Well, was our last trade a long? Yeah, it was. Okay. I was wondering why it wasn't getting in this, but it already took a long. You're just on a different level. If everything runs perfectly on whenever I write something, like even for work, if I add some new functionality to a website and it just works, I'm like, no, you're not just working. I know there's something wrong with this. Probably should have expected chop today because of yesterday. We had a pretty big yeah, for sure. Plus, like with this Quantower stuff, I found out like some data, candle data I was relying on, which I think I was doing it the wrong way, but candle data I was relying on for back testing was a little different for live. And I mean, I have figured all this stuff out since then, but that was in the very beginning. Correct. It was Quantower has like a Visual Studio tool that pulls in their API, and they have some like templates that you can just throw together stuff really quickly. Plus, now that I have all the code written, like all this stuff I use for like placing orders, reading candles, it's easy to just copy that, make a new project, paste it in there, go change the stuff I want, take out indicators I don't want to use, add stuff that I do want to use. What software do I use for backtesting? Yes, it's object oriented. And it's I chose Quantower because it's C# on the .NET platform, and I use .NET daily, and .NET offers a lot of built-in functions for like date times and crap like that. So it's the easiest for me to program instead of having to learn new stuff. Software I use for backtesting, I'm using Quantower. They have a pretty robust backtesting. I'm still trying to dial in their backtesting because sometimes I get weird results, but I've built like my own logging, so I'm not relying on this. I don't know. This doesn't matter. But I just use Quantower, and then I pay for DX feed for historical data. I don't have any experience with procedural. Oh, our other bot just didn't get into trades. It placed some limit orders. And I think it's okay. I kept thinking like I need to have a bot to be able to handle all market conditions. But I think it's okay to have bots that only do good on trending days, bots that only do good on choppy days. And I either make the decision to run them or not for the day, but I'm not good at deciding if it's going to be a choppy or a trending day. I mean, that's pretty tough to figure out. It's doable. I could at least give it a try, but it would be best to just have them all have daily stops. And if we're chopping and there's bots that don't do good on choppy days, it's just going to take red trades and then just stop. And then the ones that can do good can just make up the money. The parameters, that's all a secret for now. There's another. Have we? Were there any trades that we took losses on that got close? I can't remember. If we can This would be a good win if we can get it. Yeah, it's on that rat sauce. Yeah, we need a chop bot for sure. How would we do that though? That's the question. The markets have been pretty choppy lately, so if I can figure out how to I don't know. It's hard to know you're in chop until it's too late. Tracking the range, yeah. It's just annoying when like the market goes a little bit outside of the range. You need to account for that. You would need to, dismiss it if you go a certain percentage outside of it, which is doable. Yeah, Joseph, that's my plan. This is number... I have multiple I'm working on. I have 2 that I'm comfortable running, and then this is the 3rd one that I'm kind of been working on. Hank, how have you been doing? But yeah, I've said it from day one. I want multiple bots running where some make money, some may lose money, but the risk management, they should be making money as a whole. Rat bots. Yeah, the market's Nasdaq's been a little weird the last couple days. I haven't been doing that great manual trading, but I wasn't following my plan whatsoever, so needed to take a break and just see if I can get some software to take trades for me. Do I run any correlation testing between my strategies? No. I've just had different ones that I've built and then run them and test them, and that's it. However, today, like, this is not trading on a 30-second time-based chart. We're just watching a 30-second time-based chart to see it take the trades. And I was curious to see if there was any correlation between how I read the market and how that's reading the market. So far, today kind of sucks, so I haven't noticed anything in particular, but now that I have this is basically like just a back testing session, just live, and we'll see if we can figure anything out. But like, didn't it like it longed right somewhere? Oh, it like, I don't know, it longed somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. It longed as we were going up into this fair value gap, which I obviously would not take that. I would prefer to be shorting that, but it had other ideas. This is the account performance screen, Hank, for this trading bot. So it just shows the graph for the P&L for today and some metrics. Grant, you had 2 good winners yesterday. Over trade day. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, that's why I'm working on these bots, because I've been doing this for several years now, and it's just a constant goddamn battle with your emotions, and I'm getting sick of it. I think it can be done, but it's like, when am I gonna finally start obeying my rules and stop trying to make money every day and just being okay with losses, so I can program all that stuff. I don't need to fight my emotions every day. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, like today, I would have loved to kill some of those trades when they got super close. But the plan is, if I backtest something, it works or it's profitable, I watch it for a couple of days to make sure it's doing what it needs to do live. I'm not watching it every day. I'm just going to run it. I'm going to wake up, run it on my computer, and then come back when it's done. I think I'm on 3 years now. I always thought I was on 3. I thought last year was 3 years, but I don't think it is, because I started in the beginning of 2021. I always thought it was the beginning of 2020, but it wasn't. I look back at I went onto my Tradeovate account, my personal one, and my first trade was in like February of 2021. Yeah, I'm ready for it, because I want that. I want to remove my stress of freaking watching the candles. Yeah, I've been doing up to 5 years. So I think that's plenty, right? I mean, I almost think 1 year is enough, just because the market's changed so much. And even if you have 5 years, even if you have 10 years of backtesting that shows it's profitable, that does not mean the next year is going to be profitable. So this just took a trade. Our other bot just canceled its limit orders it had and placed a new set of orders, if anyone's following along. I think I am too, but then it's like some days I'm not, and what does it matter if I do good every other day and then one day I decide to give back, a week or 2 weeks worth of progress? That's not going to work in the long term. So yeah, I mean, I understand, but if I have the skills to program, then it just makes sense to do that. I don't think it's easy. This has been, or it's easy to do it. It's hard to figure out what is going to work. But I mean, it's easy to program a bot. It's just hard to find a strategy that's going to be profitable in the long term. I've had so many that are profitable for the last like week, because that's like the idea I'm going off of based on how the market has been the last week, and it like kills it. But then you start running other weeks where we had different market conditions and it just is absolutely horrible. It's like massive red days, and I'm like, Jesus, I thought I was onto something. But I do think the route is to have several running. They have daily stops where if the market conditions are not right for that specific bot, it stops, obviously, because it lost money. The other ones can keep going, maybe different assets. Maybe I'll have like 400 different bots running on Nasdaq, ES, Dow, you know. I mean, why not? It's just software. Just run a bunch of them. You disagree on having 400 of them? So that one, it killed it for a relatively smaller loss. Yeah, I remember we talked about that. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, any strategy can work in the past. It's not going to and it doesn't mean it's going to work in the future, obviously, because we don't know what the market's going to do. So this is in a trade that my other bot just canceled the second set of orders that it placed in and placed a new set. Yeah, I agree. Like I'm not naive to the fact that I think I'm going to build something that just works forever. Luckily, I know how to code and I watch the markets. So when things aren't looking that good, I can adjust the parameters, adjust the things it's looking for, back test the recent months for the new market conditions, and run it, turn it all back on again. I'm not worried about that. I do think that this is the way. I like manual trading, and I'm not trying to talk anyone out of manual trades. I still will always be taking some type of manual trades. It's just, I don't know. I'm in that mood again where it's like you're fighting your personality. That's what keeps us all from being profitable. And no one's going to tell me that's not the case. 'Cause every single one of you guys, I see it all the time. I've been doing good. Oh, but then today FOMO got me, or I overtraded, or I lost too much, blah, blah, blah. You're fighting the emotions, and the emotions are who you are. And I'm just saying that's very difficult to overcome. That's it. They can be controlled. However, at the root of it, like, that's who you are. And I don't know. And I'm not telling you guys to not trade manually. I'm not telling you guys to stop to keep going and keep trying, because I'm right there with you. I'm going to keep trying to improve my self-discipline, my emotions. I think this conversation can go south very quickly. So I will be working on improving my manual trades, and I will be also working on bots. The other bot just got into position. Jack. How'd you do, Jack, today? Perfect. Were you on Nasdaq? This doesn't look like the other one put a stop in place. So that's a problem. So that one, the other one took an L. I just don't, the emotion thing, I don't know. I'm conflicted on that. I think you can improve things, but I think certain aspects of it will always be there because it's who you are. All right, I'll look at that later. So far, this guy is down $100. again, the goal today was to just see it function properly, and it's exactly what it's doing. Okay, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I just don't know. I don't know if all the emotions that mess with us trading, I don't know if you can just completely change that. You will always, I think you'll always be struggling with that. And if that's the case, that means I have a variable that at any time in the future, there can be a day where I lose it. Oh, damn, ICT was supposed to be on TopStep. I'm not trying to trade picking. We got a bot running. I'd be interested in that, Joseph. They talking about support and resistance. Where did you hear that ICT was going to be on there? For sure, knives. I don't. I just know we've had some. I know we've had some talks on this channel, and it gets a little out of control when people don't disagree. So, but the thing is, at the end of the day, it's you and your charts, and that's all that matters. So, that's one thing I don't like when people are talking about things. If you disagree on stuff, you don't need to agree. Like, I don't need to change your guys' mind. You guys don't need to change my mind. You guys don't have to change someone else's mind. Just do what you want to do. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Because I certainly do not care what someone else is doing if it's different than what I'm doing. Or I don't agree with it. I don't care. Oh yeah, for sure, knives. I thought that would get into a long right there. That might look good. That's right, Tyler. As long as you don't make it with VWAP, that's great. Oh, thanks, Lucid. I want to probably check that out today later. Maybe. Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Grant. Did that, okay. We're back in the green. I mean, I am expecting, I would like this to be profitable today. Knowing that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Hey, have a good one, man. I think, John, that I'm not in the TopStep Discord, but from what Tyler has said, the ICT channel gets pretty spicy. Yeah, they're just following what their leader, how their leader acts, right? Reddit's my favorite thing. You can't, don't post on Reddit unless you are prepared. I remember the first time my wife posted like a question on a subreddit, and she came to me like not crying, but like all depressed because everyone just started roasting her, and I'm like, you gotta be prepared for Reddit. You can't. Do not ask a question that is easily Googleable. They will just lay into you. And if you are an ICT fan, do not talk about ICT on Reddit. Oh damn, Jared, you I remember I that's how I got like my first like 20 people to follow me, was I talked about it on Reddit. I didn't know you came from Reddit. Damn, Jared is a real OG. I didn't know that. You need like a special rat medal. Oh, we got a trade. I have a few tattoos on my arms. Some dumb stuff, some stuff I like. I don't one of my favorite ones is just this whale. You can't see it. And then a jellyfish just to go along with that. Then on the front side I have like this skull that has a mustache with a pipe, smoking a pipe. That one was just my wife wanted that idea, but we were at a tattoo convention, so then it was we take turns getting tattoos, and it was her idea, and I was like, I kind of like that idea, and it's my turn, so I'm gonna get that. Yeah, Tyler, we're not on Trade-Evate, so we don't have the order filled. I could probably add that sound to this, but I don't like it. We just got into the green, and then we're gonna take a loss. Possibly. Fix it. Plus, I have to be careful with that sound because, like I was telling you guys, one of my dogs is like terrified, like absolutely terrified of that voice for some reason. I don't know why, but she hears that sound and she starts literally shaking and like her ears go down. She tucks her tail. She starts like shaking for however many minutes after hearing that sound, and I have no idea why. I've never seen that happen with her, but for some reason, that order filled sound from Trade-Evate, she's terrified of it. And she's not in this room that I'm in, but I've had it too loud before on the speakers, and I hear her like out in the living room, like get up off the couch and start walking, like start pacing because she heard it. And I don't understand. But I feel bad for her, and I try my best to make sure she never hears it. Yeah, she used to be a trader, and she could never make money. Now she's got PTSD with that sound. Oh, look at that. We are back in business. Jesus Christ, Delta, you really got to take it. You take it too far. You take it too far. That's pretty funny, Tyler. If you can access that, I want to see it. I've never watched. You guys know way more about all these different YouTubers because like I've told you all, I stopped watching other people trade a long time ago. Like lately, I'll pop into Methodical's channel just to show support. But I try to not watch people trade. I try to not listen to anyone's analysis on the markets. But I just have to do that for myself. That's why. All right, we got 9 more minutes. See if we can secure our official first green day with this bot. Or we'll see if we can make the first day of it running a green day. But I think I like this, what this one does. So I'm going to keep perfecting it. If you send one of these emojis one more time, we'll put you in timeout. See? Put user in timeout. Do you want that? It would be really nice to get just like one more win. But this market is I feel like ever since November something changed, and it's Nasdaq has not been the same since before November. Okay, good. I'm glad Hank you noticed that too, because I remember thinking the first like week of November, it just everything was different and it hasn't gone back. These past 2 days, Delta. Yeah, we haven't heard from you in a while, right? You weren't there to remind we weren't there. You weren't here so we could remind each other about trash. I don't know if you got your trash out on Tuesday or not. I've been stressing. Sorry, man. This is Quan Tower. You have to, unfortunately, you have to pay for it unless like it comes with your broker. Like if you have a personal account on AMP Futures, it's free. Unfortunately, I found out the historical data sucks. It doesn't give you much historical data. Or I believe TopStep, if you use a prop account, TopStep has a Quan Tower option that Quan Tower comes with it if you wanted to use it. I can only assume it's the full version, but I don't know. I need to sign up with one of those and see if it gives you the full version or not. But yeah. And we're just running a automated strategy on it and seeing how it does today. So far, it's taken $1,800 in wins, but we've also taken $1,500 in losses. So, but again, that wasn't the goal today. The goal was not to. The objective was not to see how much money it makes today. The objective was to just run it live and see how it does, making sure there's no bugs. Oh, damn. Do you know if the full version, you have access to the strategy manager? Because I'm curious about that. I would think if it's not the full version, they might not give you access to the strategy manager, which is where you run bots. I don't understand this. In our profit and loss, it says that we're up 300 right now, right? Yeah. But then it says the max is 200. Oh, that's the most we've ever made on a trade, I bet. I was going to say we went up to almost 500 earlier on the day. Interesting. Yeah, I'm curious to know what version they offer. So I'll probably spend $50 on there. Oh, that's the thing, Jared. We've been, I saw you commented asking. I just haven't had time to reply, obviously, but we've just been, I don't know. I get periods of time where I do really good. Like, I started a new strategy manually trading that I started in the first half of December, and we were killing it. Like, it was like, it wasn't that far off of what I was already doing. And I was doing really good. We passed 2 accounts with TopStep. They got to payout levels. I think I had, I don't know, between like 3 and 5,000 between the 2 accounts. I took a payout. I only took a little bit. Doing good. And then I started straying from my plans. And when you stray from your plan, you're going to introduce unnecessary risk. I started hitting red days, started hitting daily loss limits on the red days, losing way more than I should. And we just weren't able to recover. And that was just weighing on me. And the bots I've been working on the last, when did I start on these? I told you guys, but it was like, I think in November. No, I think sometime in October I started getting back into this because I've tried to build bots before. So I started then just trying to find a strategy, learning Quantower, building them for Quantower and stuff, which that's a whole thing, whole project in it of itself. But I just started running these on accounts like within the last week. So far, I've just been building different strategies and back testing and adjusting and back testing and adjusting and back testing and trying to take my time. And I have some that show that they're profitable over the last X amount of months or years. But my problem with them as of right now is that there's periods of time where the drawdown is pretty big. So I'm going to fail accounts if those drawdowns happen right now when I run them. If I hit like a winning streak of like a month or 2 of green, then we should be able to build an account up to withstand the drawdown, but I can't withstand those first. I can't withstand drawdown to start. So, but that's also with like minis. So I need to probably scale down to micros and build something up slowly and do it the responsible way. So that trade it just took. Why did it get out of that? It killed it in the green. It didn't hit my profit, but it must have. Oh, I know why I did that. Okay, yeah. It was getting a signal for basically a short. And so it killed that trade because we were in a long. So it's like, well, if we're about to go short, I need to get out of the long that I'm in. Yeah, Tyler, we can. I just want to I have a obsession with wanting to trade NQ. But yeah, that's why I put my other bot on micros instead of minis. Today it took a loss. It was in 3 trades. And if that was 3 minis, that would be a pretty hefty loss. So I put it on 3 micros per. Oh, damn, you're right, Delta. That's why I killed that. How do you know? I'm the programmer, and I didn't even know why it killed it. Yeah, that's exactly why it killed that, because it was 11 a.m. It just runs between 9:30 and 11, and if there's anything, once it's 11, it just exits everything. So that was perfect timing. But it looks like this candle would have, once this candle closed, I think it would have exited it regardless. So we just got lucky that was a winning trade. honestly, this went way better than expected. The bot, the first day of testing this live, and it made $400. So, like, having a, okay, everyone says P&L swings are bad, right? Like, we don't want big P&L swings. Relative. In my opinion, 400 up and then 400 down is kind of a big swing, right? We went 800 backwards. So, me trading this strategy manually, I would be affected by that P&L. I would not be able to take this and then keep going. I would take this loss and then I would probably be thinking about ending for the day. A bot does not care what the hell the profit and loss looks like. It's just going to keep trading the strategy. What is your guys? Did you guys enjoy this stream? Having just us watching the bot. Tyler, Tyler. My God. What kind of question is that? I don't know what the hell video was core content month 2. Eat it. It's just funny because the way you ask it, as if we all have it memorized, like each individual video, we have every timestamp memorized. Jared, I have not done a video on just the bots. That's coming soon once I have some running that I'm comfortable with. We're still getting there. Like my other one today, something just seems off, so I need to go back and look at that. I have the events logs saved so I can go see what it was doing. It looked like my stops weren't there, and I don't know if they somehow got canceled, but it shows in the events that they were placed, so I don't know why they weren't showing up. That question. Couldn't you apply the risk management and core content month 2 at 35.43 as if I know exactly what was said at that time? We can apply stuff. For instance, the bot I was just talking about that I haven't showed on the stream. I plan on doing a video dedicated just to that bot, by the way, but I've back tested for the last 5 years, and it was profitable running one mini every day. But then I thought, like, it was profitable. It was up X amount of thousands or hundreds of thousands or whatever it was over the last 5 years. And I was thinking that's not right, because I would scale up over time as it's making money. So I programmed it to scale up every time it made $20,000. Every time it made $20,000, increase the position size by one mini for the next trade. And if it lost $20,000, decrease the position size by one mini for every trade. So, that way, as it makes money, it scales up. As it loses money, it scales down to preserve its gains. I'm not even going to tell you how much money it made over the 5 years in that scenario, because it was a ridiculous amount that I'm excited for, but it almost sounds too good to be true. But I've back tested it, and I've back tested it, and I've back tested it, and I've checked the trades, and I've checked the logs, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. And it's a stupid amount of money just from this one stupid strategy that I coded. So we'll see. I'm actively running it in the background right now, but like I said, I only have it on micros. Yeah, the drawdown was pretty rough, Knives, okay? The drawdown was pretty bad. However, you only have to, the drawdown, it doesn't matter. The drawdown was bad. The profit it made was ridiculous. But that's why I'm trying to figure out the best size, because if I can withstand the max drawdown it ever hits over the last 5 years, if I can withstand it, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to hit that. Doesn't mean it's going to ever hit that drawdown, and it doesn't mean that that's the max drawdown it's ever going to hit. It just gives me an idea of probability of this is what you could handle in the future, you know, but that doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. Yes, I create a trading bot. That's what this was today. This was a trading bot that ran today. It's all done now. We stopped at 11. I don't know if I'm ready to share all the details for that bot yet, because it's still a work in progress. Actually, because it's still a work in progress, I just improved the drawdown the other day. Or wait, I made the drawdown worse, but the overall profit was more, and the ratio was better. I agree, Joseph. This one was a pretty basic strategy that we ran today. The bot I'm talking about, the original one, is a stupid simple strategy. It's so simple that you guys could manual trade it no problem. It's just you will be fighting your emotions of killing trades too early and not handling the reds and stuff like that. Yes, Delta, it only takes trades off of VWAP. This is Quan Tower that you see right here. Quan Tower. Oh, damn. Looking at the charts, I don't know if you guys remember, but I said earlier how the other bot, this is a new, it used to only take one trade a day, and that it would place a trade and that's it, and just let it ride the rest of the day. If it ever gets filled, it gets filled. If it doesn't, it takes it off at 4 p.m. at the market close. This past week, I adjusted it so if another setup forms, it removes those limit orders and places a new set of limit orders. So that's what it did today. It did that twice because new setups formed. So it removed them, put the new one. It took a loss. However, I can see the chart that if it just left those first ones on, it would have had a win, and a pretty big win too. But it's whatever. Yeah, Quan Tower uses C#, which I am a .NET developer that's my profession. So building bots on Quantower is like second nature to me, at least for what I'm building. I'm sure you can get I'm sure that there's extremely complex strategies that people build out there, but like Joseph said, simple strategies seem to be the best. You don't need to overcomplicate them. If they work, they work. If they don't, try something different. But yeah, a very extremely successful day, especially I started off by saying I don't care about the profit and loss. However, it would have sucked showing this for the first day and then it's red, and like anyone watching, like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. But it's green. It took the trades I wanted it to take. It stopped when I told it to stop. It started when I told it to start. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put more time and energy into this one, not because of today, but because now I know it works live perfectly. Now I can just put time and energy into back testing and seeing what the last like 6 months to a year is, and either make improvements. The best thing would be is to run this for like a year, see what the profit and loss is, see what the drawdown is, and then see if I can improve that only by implementing a daily stop on profit and or loss. I think that because adding a daily loss limit would prevent it from getting chopped up. Because like I said, you saw when it gets real choppy, it doesn't do well. If we're choppy from 9:30 a.m. to 11, it's just going to take red. It's just going to lose money the whole time. So if I tell it to stop after it loses, I don't know. Obviously, we don't want it to stop after minus 400 because today it ended plus 400 after it was down 400. It would need to be after I would need to get a whole data set of trades for a year and then see what the best value would be for that. That's easy. It's just time consuming. I don't know if I want to try to improve the strategy. I would rather see if I can improve the results by switching up the risk management. I haven't thought about that. You mean like cuz you're talking about like if I have like 5 bots running and they make decisions based on how they're all doing for the day? Yeah, this is stupid, Hank. I'm like I said, I'm extremely satisfied with today. Let's see if there was anything on the our 515 strategy. Shall we? Let's turn all this off. Let's break this out over here. We don't need that. Yeah, same Jared. I'm about to jump off here too after I check this. Don't look at it. I'm just curious. It's not going to tempt me to take anything. I just want to see if the strategy that I've been trading manually. I'm just curious if it offered anything. Uh-oh. It's time to get off the charts, Hank. So we have this was the first 5-minute fair value gap that formed. We did not get a 1-minute fair value gap to form off of that, so nothing there. Nothing in here. We had this. We had that guy form. Oh, I don't know what I do with that because we had a bearish one form too. I think I go for the second one. I think that's what I was saying yesterday. So, and then we have on the 1 minute, we have a couple here. So that's good. So we'll mark out this guy and this guy because both of them have candles touching the 5-minute that form the gap. Yeah, we do need to name them for sure. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a problem with that is that I change my mind a lot. So we've got that, and this one is in there. So let's just drag this all the way down to there. Okay, so now we look for any 5-second fair value gaps that form in this range and see if they work out. I don't think I would have taken any of that up there. This is pretty choppy. We have a gap down here, which obviously it rallies up for a second, drops. I don't know if I would short that because in my mind, I would be thinking I would need to have a stop up here. So probably wouldn't have taken that. But then we do get this. Then we come up. Maybe I would have shorted that, getting 4 points away from this swing high. So that offered something, obviously. But then would I have taken this one? I don't know. It didn't work. There's nothing up there. Have another drop. I wouldn't short this because it's too big of a... I don't know. I think today would have been a pretty high risk tilting day of trying setups that don't really work. So if you guys are cool with it, I plan on probably just doing exactly what we did today. I think it was successful. That's not, at least that bot takes trades. It's not like we're sitting around waiting for it to do something because it takes them pretty often. Not that that means anything, but I don't know. I think it was a good that was a good session, especially because it did what I wanted it to do and it made money, which is absolutely insane that we just sat here and watched it and it made money. Not real money, no. This is a fresh account for it to try to pass. The drawdown that it has taken on in the last like 2 months, it can and should pass a 50K account relatively quickly. So let's see if it does it. But all right, you guys, if you try to trade the rest of this, you know what to do. Be careful. Don't let the market get to you. It's just a bunch of candles. Appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, see you guys in the morning. And we'll do it again tomorrow. I'm gonna trade the bots. We're just gonna do this tomorrow. Thanks again, Hank. Take care. See you later.